Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Raid Shadow Legends. And in today's video, I want to talk about the drama that's been going on, like for a little while, but especially over the last like 16 to 20 hours or whatever since the announcement of the official the Heroes Path event and what's going to be in this. And I find it a little bit humorous, but also I understand that a lot of people are irritated that there was not a lot of information about what these events were going to entail until now. And it turns out that the Heroes Path is not what we expected to be a Leonardo Soul unlock and soul event, but it is going to be for Granite Doorkeep. You know that dwarf that I actually did go out of my way to unlock? Yeah, it's going to be a path event for him. And I got to say, I am slightly tempted by this. Now, this is not something that I recommend for everyone else, but there's a couple of reasons why I might be biting on this path event. But again, it's not going to be for everyone. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what the details are and some of the drama as well. But before we get started with the video, I do want to remind people that if you haven't started playing Raid yet, what are you waiting for? Download using the QR code in the top right hand of the screen to get Karato, Fox Hunter, Legendary, the Shadowkin for free, and 3 amazing epics to go alongside him: Ugo, Tagore, and my favorite, Deacon Armstrong, at account levels 15, 30, and 40. Don't forget, you can also use a promo code for new players. This is the Void Legendary to Hanorrak, an amazing support champion for your account, using the promo code Desert Queen within the first 48 hours of a brand new account. Okay, so let's get started with a few things. Let's get started with the news. So I'm going to plug this up here. So this is, hey, y'all. This Friday, October the 10th, we're planning to launch the Doorkeep's Path event, where you'll have a chance to get a perfect and split souls for Granite and other valuable goodies. You'll get it through getting artifacts and accessories and summoning champions from shards. The rewards that you can earn from the event includes a 3-star perfect soul, as well as a 4 and 5 split soul for Granite Doorkeep, alongside Titan event pizza points. We're going to talk about this, kind of important. Basalt, Radiant Sun Lilies, and other items. The event will last for 72 hours. So this is going to be Friday through Monday, I guess, right? So, I can't count. I shouldn't do videos first thing in the morning. Okay. Anyways, let's talk about let's talk about things a little bit. So I, over the last few days, did a reversal of what I said I was going to do with regards to the April event. And now I might be reversing the reversal. So I did actually engage a little bit in the Titan event. I actually did some of the early events. I did the gear enhancement. I did the gear hunters, which is going to be ending basically. And I did the Fire Knight turn attack, I think. And I just finished the Shredder event. We have the Dragon turn attack and champion training starting today. Now, why did I do some of these things? Well, I thought that because that there was going to be this Leo path event, that it was going to be a double dip for me to maybe get a lot of points and have an easier time to get April. And it's not that I don't really care that much about April, but I'll admit that I do suffer from a bit of limited time FOMO. And what that is just like the other characters, is like once she's gone, or once they're gone, they're gone. And so I was like, well, I don't really care that much about her, but I care about the limited nature of it, that like I won't get another chance to get her again. And I should have. It's a bit easier to get this than it is to get Shredder, right? Shredder was like a one-time champion chase. Like I didn't even bother to go in on, because I knew I was going to get screwed by some Kraken, and the points were quite high in my tournament bracket anyway. So I don't like those types of releases. But this is something more reasonable, that if you have the gems, if you have the gems energy, and some of the shards, that you can go in on it. And if I do this path event, then I can probably skip the champion chase, which is going to be next weekend. So where is my shard situation? Well, it's not amazing. 56 ancients, 23 voids, 23 primals, and if I can scroll all the way to the bottom there, so you can see it, 54 sacred shards, which I've been hoarding for a long time, like almost 2 to 3 months. Right, I did the granite summon rush solely from liquidating my mystery shards. So how am I going to be able to get this done? Well, I don't want to dip under 40 sacred shards. I think I need at least that for the Leo's path event, or this Leo event or whatever, right? That's probably going to be shard related, that comes back in the future, or in the next. We still have until about, I think it's November 11th until the end of the collab. So there is still time, right? But we do have a potential October fusion event, which will be towards the end of the month. And it makes me wonder if they're going to run as the second major event for the Titan event, if they're going to run a deck of fates next week. And is that one going to be the Raphael deck of fates that a lot of people are expecting? Well, that remains to be seen, I suppose. Maybe they're going to do a another one where it's going to not be a Raph, but I suspect it has to be, right. Like, are they going to run, if they ran Leo under a deck of fates event, then that means that his souls will not be in that as well, which means there would have to be a separate event that rewards the souls for him, right? So there hasn't been any of that yet. So I think what I am hoping to do, I'm not looking to go balls to the wall on this upcoming path event, but I do kind of want a 4 red for my Granite for the crit damage. If I can swing it. If I can swing that and I can do it with, I don't know, like 14 sacreds and maybe some of my other shards, I might want to swing that. If I can double dip and get the 4 red plus the Titan points, I don't know if it's going to be in the same path. We haven't like in the same direction that I would need to go to get the 4 red for it. Maybe I'd pick up a 3 red. Like some of this kind of matters to me as well. I think he's a pretty decent character. Is he the stone skin destroyer that he was made out to be? No. But I don't need the 2-star, right? The attack he scales with HP. But it is this 3-star for the defense and 4-star for the crit damage that I really, really want. It's 38%. Or sorry, 30% crit damage. I don't know why I said 38 because the brackets confused me for a minute. For the blessings. Right? 5 would be great because of the 60 accuracy, but that's probably going to cost a lot more. If it's only a couple more sacred shards, I might do it, but I doubt it's that cheap. So I would at least be willing to go for the 4 red. Places that I'm using Granite, and I think he's a little bit better than people kind of give him credit for. And his animations are really cool looking. I think he's a really great champion for Hydra. He's a really great champion for obviously Faction Crypts and Curse's City, where you can use those kind of champions, especially in the dwarf areas, right? And I really do like him. But is he that arena destroyer? Not for me yet, anyways. I'm not doing hardcore arena anyways, but I'm still getting some good value out of him. And I like that he's HP based, despite the lower end damage compared to an attack based champion. That being said, I want to kind of go over some of the drama that was on Reddit over a handful of threads that came up over the last little while, over the last 12 hours or so. So let's take a look at some of those. So collabs last too long. Am I the only one losing hype and interest towards TMNT the longer they drag this whole circus for the Leo and Raph event? In my humble opinion, collabs should last 1 month before the hype disappears and only bitterness remains. So I thought it was kind of funny, but this is basically what they did with the other ones, right? The Alice back in January through March, I think it was. Or was it was even maybe January through beginning of April. And this one lasted a while. And they did kind of drag these things out in a variety of different ways. They Some of them were very specific event. Like the Knave of Hearts was a deck of fates, right? And then the Queen of Hearts was specifically a champion chase like Shredder. So a lot of this kind of is very similar into the nature of that they did for that collab event. But anyways, feel that was when I first started playing this game. Feel like some of y'all need to see this again, which is a photo of I guess it's on Twitter, right? Can you please outline what the Leonardo event is going to be so players can decide whether or not to commit to the fusion or skip it to save for him September 22nd, right? The rumors that you might have heard about particular events to get particular TMNT champions are only partially true. While we do plan those events, the leaked dates are subject to change. We'll announce the correct dates later on. So they did confirm that there is going to be, TMNT events. They didn't confirm it was going to be guaranteed. Nothing in here that said guaranteed. But I mean, I like to think that it's probably going to be the case, right? That it still is going to be a path and a deck of fates. We just don't know the date. We don't know when it's going to happen. And so I think that it's still going to happen. We're just sitting here, waiting, basically being patient. And that's what I recommend people to do. If you're in the situation where you're kind of scraping together, scraping together all of your shards, all of your souls, that kind of stuff, then yeah, I would keep hoarding, right? Because it's really important that you do get Leo And Raph is kind of like a side thing. Like I'd like to have to complete the 4 turtles, but realistically, Leo is the beast. So make sure that you have all of your resources available to get him because it's going to be really important. Anyone else kind of glad that Leo's event is pushed back? I've had enough shards to get Leo from the healer's path for a few weeks now, but the 2 or 3 extension means I'll likely be able to chase after the 5-star soul as well. And so that's why I'm kind of sitting at my 40 sacred shards, because I don't want to go under, because I think that's in a good position to be able to get both of those things. I realize why players that don't have this issue would be upset, but I think it's worth mentioning that we only had an idea of when this event would be due to a leak, and that was their own doing because it was like on the App Store or something. That's where people found that information out. PLARIUM never actually promised a date for the event, and we've known the crossover was lasting into November, so something had to something further down the line. It's reasonable to be upset, and I don't want to be a PLARIUM defender, but I don't see how this would be the thing that makes you want to quit. Look on the bright side, everyone. Now we can skip April. So that's the thing, right? Like I'm really on the fence about the April Titan event now. I might still continue some of this, but what's going to make the difference, I think, is going to be this week's the path event. I don't know why I struggled to say that. And then also, I guess next week there's going to be something, right? It's probably going to be a Deck of Fates event, which is going to reward Titan points, and it might reward maybe Raph. And if it double dips that, I'd be very happy because then it gives me a reason to do the event and be able to get more points for April, because I really don't want to do next week's champion chase. I'm willing to do some of the path event this coming Friday or over the weekend, but I don't want to do a second summoning event before Leo's event. So we'll see. Now picture this: 75% of the player base has skipped Granite. Probably more skips April after today's confirmation. If the Halloween fusion isn't very good or better than Leo, then you justify skipping that. Then the Leo event wouldn't be a guaranteed event. You'd have skipped 3 events on speculation for the 4th, which you don't end up getting. They were just saying that maybe he's not a guaranteed event. Maybe he's a number 1 placement in champ training, or a tournament champion chase, right? Like or something like this. Like we don't know, right? Content creators saying is speculating on dates just for PLARIUM to twist it is also frustrating. But PLARIUM's got to make money, and I'm sure with this move and a champion chase tournament, they'll make a big profit, right? That's exactly what was for Shredder, was a champion chase tournament, and this would be really shitty of them if they did this for Leo, like a second character in the same collab. So I really hope that they still maintain the guarantee. Well, I mean, I guess they never confirmed it, right? But I really hope that they do end up doing it as a guaranteed event. I would really appreciate it if it's a path event where I can get both his unlock and the 5 red, because he's super busted. The turtles are super busted. Like, I've been making videos about them a lot lately because they really are that broken. They are probably the most broken set of characters that I've seen since I started playing this year, that can be used in tandem, in conjunction, to clear the vast majority of content in this game. With a little bit of support from in Chimera and stuff like that, and Hydra, I think that they are some of the best synergized characters Raid has ever released. They basically released a unity faction of their own. It's pretty crazy, and there's going to be more TMNT and Turtles content on this channel going forward. So I just wanted to talk about a few things today. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below regarding Leo, though, and whether or not you're frustrated or if it just gives you more time to hoard. So before we end the video, I do want to remind people that if you haven't started playing Raid yet, what are you waiting for? Download using the QR code in the top right or in the link in the description below to get Karato Fox Hunter for free and 3 of his amazing epic buddies, Ugo, Tagor, and Deacon Armstrong at account levels 15, 30, and 40. And there is still one more legendary champion that I got to talk about, the Void legendary Tahanarak of the Barbarians faction. You can get her by using the promo code Desert Queen within the first 48 hours of a brand new account. That's it for me, everybody, and I'll see you guys all on the next video. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.